Welcome to One Touch News, your source for fast and reliable coverage of the stories affecting our digital world. Today, we bring you an in-depth look at a major disruption that had businesses, schools, and everyday users scrambling on January 22, 2026, a widespread outage at Microsoft that left millions without access to key services like Outlook, Teams, and more. From outages and error messages to official statements and what experts say, this is your complete guide to what really happened and what it means for the global digital ecosystem. Setting the scene, beginning of the outage. On Thursday afternoon, hundreds of thousands of Microsoft users across North America began experiencing trouble accessing essential digital services. Reports started appearing on outage tracking site Down Detector, with tens of thousands of users reporting problems with Microsoft's cloud-based tools, most notably Microsoft Outlook, the company's widely used email service, as well as Microsoft 365, the suite of productivity apps used by schools, businesses, and governments. If you try to open your Outlook inbox, join a Teams meeting, send an email, or even log into Microsoft 365 itself, you might have been greeted with error messages, or nothing at all. According to user-reported data, the number of outage reports spiked rapidly, showing more than 30,000 reports of issues with Microsoft 365 at the peak, and tens of thousands with Outlook and related services. From major corporations to individual users, the disruption was felt almost instantly, fueling questions about reliability and the central role of cloud services in everyday digital life. What services were impacted? This wasn't a one-service glitch. Multiple essential services were affected. At the top of the list was Microsoft Outlook, the backbone of email for millions of users worldwide. People reported that they couldn't log in, send or receive mail, or even load their messages. But email was just the beginning. Other parts of the Microsoft ecosystem were also hit. Microsoft Teams, the company's key communication and video conferencing tool. Many users were unable to join meetings or send messages. Microsoft Defender, affecting system security tools on many corporate and personal systems. Microsoft Purview, critical for compliance and data governance. Microsoft Store, impacting downloads and app access. For organizations that host files on OneDrive, use SharePoint, or rely on Exchange services for communication and collaboration, the outage translated to lost productivity and frustration. Microsoft responds. Shortly after the outage began, Microsoft acknowledged the issue publicly. On the social platform X, formerly Twitter, the official Microsoft 365 status account posted that the company was investigating a problem affecting service infrastructure in North America. Officials said that a portion of this infrastructure was not processing traffic as expected, and that engineers were working to restore it to a healthy state. The company also shared updates announcing that affected systems were being rerouted and that load balancing measures were being applied to stabilize services. By early Friday morning, Microsoft confirmed that the impact had been resolved for many users, although some still reported intermittent problems even after services began coming back online. Reactions from users. As with nearly every major outage, social media lit up with users reacting in real time. On platforms like X, people shared screenshots of error messages and vented about missed meetings, lost emails, and interrupted workflows, especially frustrating for those mid-project or mid-meeting. One typical post from a user said they couldn't access their email except through my phone's text messages, as their Outlook desktop and web apps simply wouldn't load. Business users complained of halted collaboration, with Microsoft Teams chats frozen and calendar invites stranded. For small businesses and remote workers, it meant lost hours, disappointed customers, and delayed deadlines. Why this outage matters? When a tech giant like Microsoft suffers a major outage, the effects ripple well beyond individual frustration. Consider this. Microsoft 365 is used by millions of enterprises and institutions worldwide, from multinational corporations to school districts and health systems. That means that emails, video calls, shared documents, and essential files, the backbone of modern digital work, suddenly became inaccessible. Experts say that outages like this one underline a central truth of modern computing. We rely on cloud infrastructure more than ever, and when it falters, the world feels it. Some analysts also compare this incident to past major outages, like the widely reported CrowdStrike-related IT disruption in 2024 that brought down millions of Windows systems and even caused airline flight cancellations. While the 2026 Microsoft outage wasn't comparable in scale to that event, it still serves as a stark reminder that centralization, while powerful, comes with vulnerability. Analysis: the growing challenge of cloud reliability. IT analysts note that as more services migrate to cloud-based platforms, the potential impact of infrastructure failures increases. Unlike old-fashioned software that ran locally on a single computer, cloud services depend on vast networks of servers, data centers, networking hardware, and software systems all working in concert. A failure in even one component, such as a traffic processing segment in North America, can disrupt services for millions. And while companies like Microsoft build redundancy into their systems, complexity can make repairs and recovery a challenging balancing act. Microsoft reportedly engaged multiple measures to restore service, including redistributing traffic and rebalancing server loads, to gradually bring services back online. Still, some users continued dealing with intermittent errors even as the company declared the issue resolved, highlighting that full recovery can take time beyond the initial fix. Potential economic and business impact. For businesses that rely on Microsoft services, especially those operating 24/7 across global teams, even hours of downtime carry economic consequences. Some companies depend on email communications for sales today. Others use Teams for product planning meetings. Many store sensitive data in cloud libraries accessible through Microsoft accounts. When these systems go down, work grinds to a halt, and that can translate to real dollar losses. Industry analysts say outages also risk declining customer trust, especially if users feel such events are frequent or unpredictable. Looking ahead, will this happen again? Microsoft has not publicly shared detailed root cause information beyond the broad statement about traffic routing problems in North America. IT experts speculate that future outages, while not inevitable, remain a possibility given the scale and interconnectedness of cloud infrastructure. Some say that customers should prepare contingency plans, such as alternate email platforms or backup communication channels, to mitigate impact during future disruptions. Closing. As our lives and workplaces become ever more digital, outages like this one underscore modern reality. Our reliance on cloud platforms is powerful, but it's also fragile. The Microsoft outage of January 2026 may be over, but its lessons are far from resolved. For One Touch News, I'm Kun Leo. Thanks for listening.